to our reaction to Genesis, and we're going to react to the song Entangled. Let's get started with this reaction. It is our first time listen to Entangled by Genesis.
Slumber empty of sounds. Over the rooftops and houses, lost as it tries to be seen. Fields of incentive covered with green. Mesmerized children now playing, meant to be seen but not heard. Stop me from dreaming, don't be absurd. Consent, I can experiment further still. Madrigal music is playing, voices can faintly be heard. Please leave this patient undisturbed. Sentenced to drift far away now. Nothing is quite what it seems. Sometimes entangled in your own dreams. You're tired and ill. With your consent we can experiment further still. Well, thanks to our kindness and skill, you'll have no trouble until you catch your breath and the nurse will present you the bill.
bills.
Wait until we present the bill. Yeah, Entangled. Musically, I found it unique. I found it quintessential Genesis-like music. A lot of things happening in the music. And lyrics had something else altogether to offer. So while the music was actually helpful, the lyrics were talking about something else in the tone and in the subject. I think it is about the whole mental health and mental health department or arena that was being covered, starting with Freudian things and how in the name of treatment or in the name of helping people, a lot of experiments are conducted on people. Because even today, I feel being from the same, not full-fledged psychiatric department or something like that, but being from the same area, I feel people or the students who want to learn something like this, who want to learn to help people emotionally, people psychologically, they are told something completely different than what would be actually helpful to those who are offering the help. It is too much into the theory, too much into what has already been told by someone who was already experimenting, not that it prove anything later, just for their legacy to be continued, or just for their name to be added in the textbooks or in the subject. They are just kept repeated again and again, even though those ideas, those concepts may not be helpful. So just because of those Western people, those Western names said something at that time by fluke, or maybe they just had a concept that was unique for that time, they are till today, even if they are completely obsolete, they are being repeated mindlessly by people. Even though they don't make sense, they don't help anybody, they are not serving anyone in the right way. So I feel sad that people have to literally mug up about those names, what they said, what their concept was, when it has nothing to do with people's lives today and people's problems today. In my in my understanding, I feel sad because we don't have to continue a legacy that is not helpful.
True. That is definitely there. People live on, cling on to their, the past generations.
The school and thought,
which many of those principles, many of those teachings, many of those theories, many of those theses, if that is the way it is said in plural, they just don't work today in today's world.
They don't.
But still people follow them. And dreams have a major role to play in people's lives. Definitely they do. But unfortunately, it's not just now. It's just been around 200 years max, where actually people have studied into the human mind. Why we behave, why we think, what we think about, why we behave the way we do. Is it a result of a particular thought? Is it a result of something that happened in a person's childhood? Is it a result of something that occurred in a dream? So it's just been 200 years of study, which is quite young. It's a young infant field, psychology and the study of man's behavior, the man's thought processes. It's just 200 odd years, maybe a little bit more than 200 years if I'm not mistaken. So it's still in its infancy stage, and there will be, unfortunately, because of so much that is happening in the world in the last 20 odd years, with technology taking over our lives almost completely, it's very difficult now for mankind to actually put their thoughts and think about their thoughts, plan things better, think about things. And I mean, look at all the noise that's around us. We're talking about dreams here, entangled in one's dreams, or wrong dreams maybe. But look at the noise that is around us in today's world. If you take London, for example, as an example, or Mumbai, the decibel recordings on an average day, I'm not talking about during a lockdown period. In that time, maybe it's more silent than as usual, or less noisy. I won't say more silent, I'll say less noisy than usual. But if you take an average day in London or Mumbai, the decibel is over 80, 90. I mean, 90 to 80, 90 decibels in a city, and you're out there, even if you're in there in your home, you're getting at least half of it. It's not right. It's too much noise to even think clearly today. And you can see the results of it in countries such as UK and India and even America. diseases which people die of are mainly heart related, stress related, and most of that stress and heart related problems, one of the biggest reasons it happens is because of noise. And it builds over a long period, so you don't realize how dangerous it is today. On any given day, you don't realize, oh, this can kill me. No, you don't realize it because it's only that one day out of hundreds. But as it builds up, it's quite dangerous. Quite dangerous. And anyone who's been away from that hustle and bustle of the city, I have, so I can talk from experience. Anyone who's been away for a while, even for 10 days, they realize the difference it can make to their thinking, to their life. So yeah, you're entangled in all the noise itself. Forget about your dreams. So yeah, a lot of those things are irrelevant, what were discussed in the song, even today, 2021.
Wait till the bill is served though.
Maybe that was this. Yeah, but at the end of the day, why do you go for all these things? If you blame a psychologist or a psychotherapist or a psychiatrist for, what the bill, the amount of the bill is, or how many sessions you have to go for it, why do you go? I don't think Freud or me puts a gun to your head and says, please stay in therapy. No one does that. In fact, we are very happy to let people go. There's so much problems in the world, we have to worry about our own selves at the end of the day. When we are always thinking about, listening to other people's miseries, while we are working, we obviously don't want more of it. We'll go insane. Trust me, any psychotherapist or psychiatrist or even counselor in today's world, and if they take up even one session a day or one session in every 2 days, trust me, they need a break themselves. They need to get away from the noise that is inside their mind, the noise at work, the noise around them. They need to get away.
You remember this movie, Robert De Niro, Analyze this or that?
Both. There's Analyze this and Analyze that. Yeah.
There are two?
Yeah.
I haven't seen the other one then. I've seen one of them. Yeah, it's fun to see. And the state of the guy who's helping, the guy who gives him the treatment. So you can understand, it's both ways.
It definitely goes both ways. Look at Sixth Sense. That's a classic example. How many people in the mental health field have succumbed due to crazy patients and clients?
Yeah, it's easy to just
It's easy
look
to
at people
look at
and
one
judge
side
them.
of the things.
But
Anyway, this song is totally irrelevant in today's world. I would say it's totally irrelevant.
Yeah,
There are bigger problems than someone who's actually trying to help you genuinely. There are bigger problems than that you need to worry about. You're definitely paying the bill elsewhere in today's world.
Yes, exactly.
If you look at it, you're actually paying bills every second of the day. Without you even realizing you're paying a bill.
Where exactly it is.
I'll give you an example of our country, our great country, India. We are literally at some times or the other, because we have the magnitude, the scale of our population, the size of our country, as far as human size goes, we have problems. Any point of time, there will be some crisis, some problem in every corner of the country. There is going to be something happening.
Yeah.
You can't escape it, and we as Indians definitely realize that.
We know that.
In fact,
we are used to that.
most Indians who use their common sense and who are sane, they know that, okay, yes, it's a big country, we are going to have problems, there is going to be crisis. The joke is that if you actually see the people who benefit from us the most, if I give the example of multinational companies, musicians, movie makers, they benefit from India the most. The market in India, for example, an American tech giant, a British tech giant, a Japanese tech electronics giant or car giant, they make twice the amount of money they make in America or UK or Japan, their home country, than they do in India. They make twice the amount here, just to make things straight. So they actually benefit a lot from being in India, doing business here. But are they grateful?
No.
When we have a major crisis, when we have a major problem, they are nowhere to be seen. Almost 99% of them are absconding. They make a lot of money through us. They control our lives even through the apps and so many other ways in today's world. But are they grateful? No, they just are greedier by the minute. So this is a slight problem. You're being billed every second, every minute, and you don't even realize it. Maybe it's a small amount, but a little every day. Even if you talk about savings, a little money saved every day will end up to be plentiful over a year or two.
Why?
Plentiful.
Savio, while the pandemic is
So the
going
same
on,
goes for
and
this.
there are so
Businesses that actually generate so much money in little ways through millions and millions, over 1 billion people here, they actually earn twice, thrice as much as they do in their own home country. But they are not grateful for it, and they pretend as if they don't
and they
benefit
have no
much from it.
obligations towards the society.
Yeah, so when you see a crisis like this happening, we are paying them still. We are still using their services, their products.
Exactly, that is what.
But
I was
are we
going to
getting
say.
anything in return
Their
from it? Zero.
Their subscriptions are on while the pandemic is raging. Everything is on. They are deducting the money every monthly basis that they you have subscribed them for. People need those services, so people are paying. There is no concession. There is no thought. There is no even paying back in terms of philanthropic way that we also are doing business here. You may not belong to this land, but you are doing major chunk of your profit comes from
And
here.
I'm talking about most of them. There are, of course, few exceptions who try to help out personally also. I've seen this, that personally, even if the company is not doing it, they do it personally. So that they are exceptions, obviously. But more than else, today's world, the bill is constantly being paid. You don't have to worry about a psychotherapist or a counselor or anything like that.
For them, you have to go there.
For them, you don't even have to bother going.
Yeah.
If you think it's a big problem, they are playing with your mind, they're dragging it on. Don't visit. It's all in your control. Even if you're insane, there's someone who's probably supervising you. It's all in your control. So don't fall for it. But be careful of those little things. Those little expenses that every second, even while you watch this reaction video, be careful. You're paying for something. You're paying for something. And if you think I'm lying, you definitely don't know what you're paying for.
Check your monthly expenses.
Check your monthly expenses and calculate things in your own way, in your own time. So while it's a great song for possibly relating to a time and period when this was maybe a problem in UK or in Germany or America, maybe this was a problem back then. I think maybe it's late 70s, early 80s they're talking about. In today's world, you are bigger, much bigger, but at the same time, so microscopic those people are and giants are, corporations are, that even though they are giants, in your life, they seem microscopic, like a virus. So you can't even see them. And you don't know the damage.
These unseen problems are bigger than the seen ones, actually. Because you're prepared for the seen ones, not for these.
Anyway, enough time spent on this. I think half the people who come here won't even care about what we say. That's just them. And that's just how we are. We still continue talking when we know the person in the front is not even interested in listening. So that's it for this one.